Hello everybody, my name is Lucas Weaver and I'm the founder of the Weaver School. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the features of the AI IELTS coach and how you can use it to check your essays. So all you have to do is log into your dashboard and then over here on the sidebar, click on Exam Prep, then go down to IELTS Coach, and then click on Writing and then Writing Checker. When you get to this Writing Checker page, first you're going to need to select which exam it is that you're taking. So is it the IELTS Academic or the IELTS General? And then is it Task 1 or Task 2? This is important because if you do a Task 1 essay, then you need to provide the URL to the image of the visual that is in the essay prompt. So if it's a graph or a diagram or a chart or something like this, you need to actually provide the image URL for that visual. And what we're going to do is we're then going to send that to the AI. That way it can actually see the visual that you're writing about and then tell you if your essay is actually on topic for that and analyzing the data correctly, okay? Now you can also upload an image, so you can just click on choose file and then upload here to the right, and then go ahead and paste in your topic and essay content. So we're actually gonna do a task 2 for this example, and give me 1 minute while I copy and paste in the information. Okay, so you can see here that I've pasted in the topic and the essay content. All right, so that's all that you'll need to do is first paste in the topic of your essay and then paste in your essay content right here, and then just click submit. Now, after you click this, you'll get this notification at the top that says that it's been submitted, and then you'll see this page that says submission processing. This page does not change, okay? It stays like this saying processing, okay? I've had some people tell me that they've just sat here waiting for this to change, but nothing happens on this page ever. What happens is you get a notification up here at the top, and you can see 9 seconds ago it just came through that the essay was graded. And all we have to do now is click here to view, but you can also go over here on the sidebar and click on writing feedback. But I'm going to click over here in the notification that popped up. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to see here is the overview. The overview is just the overall feedback for the entire essay for all 4 components, and then also your score. So you can see here we got a score of 6.5, and then our overall feedback that we presented a balanced discussion of the advantages and disadvantages. However, our essay requires improvements in several areas, and it's going to go on and then talk about the task response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and then it's going to give us some corrections and some feedback further on the more that we read. But we also have more specific feedback on certain sections of the scoring criteria. So we can see here in the sentence structure section, what I do is I give you 2 benchmarks here of how your sentence structure should kind of be broken down, okay? So for instance, if you want to get a band 7, then you should really have no more than 20 to 30% of your sentences being simple sentences. And we need about 5 to 15% of those to be compound complex, right? Because one of the things to get a band 7 is we need to use a variety of complex structures. And so you can see now this section here gives you the exact breakdown of the sentences that you used in your essay. So you can see in this essay, 33% were simple, 20% were compound, and 40% were complex, and only 7% as compound complex. So really we know that we could kind of try to beef that number up a little bit, increase that 7% if we want to get a higher score. Some of these I'll see like a 60% on this simple, and that's just way too high, right? So what you're gonna be able to do is use this emoji code down here and see how it breaks down your essay, and then gives you some suggestions of how you can change the sentence structure in the paper that you submitted to have that wider range of sentence structure so that you can score more points. And then it's going to walk you through the key changes that it made and some tips for how you can improve your essay the same way that it improved it for you. In the next section, we'll look at the vocabulary, and similarly, I give you a benchmark here for a band 8, saying these are the percentages that we need to be in for each of these levels, okay? So for a band 8, we need about 5 to 10% of our vocabulary words to be at the C2 level. We need about 25 to 30% to be C1, somewhere between 30 and 35% for B2, and then 15 to 20% for B1. Now, these are not exact numbers where it's like a guarantee of, oh, if you get 30% of your vocabulary words to be at this level, then you get this automatic score. These are just ranges where when we've analyzed a lot of these essays, we kind of see this is the pattern that can get these scores, right? So these are just goals that you need to aim for your essays to be in these ranges. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a full breakdown of all of the vocabulary words that you used inside of your essay and which level they were. So you can see for this essay, 30% were in the A1, A2, right? And then 35% were in the B1, 20% in B2, only 10% C1, and 5% C2. And as we see in the breakdown, we're trying to get about 25% at least of our vocabulary words to be C1. So we're nowhere near that level here, right? And now we're going to go ahead and see word by word all the words that we used in each level. And we can go through and see that for every single word and every single level. Sorry, I'm going to go through that kind of fast because I know you probably don't have all day. And then now you're going to get an analysis of the appropriateness of the vocabulary use, because one thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to just go to try to stuff a bunch of big words in this to score highly to get a bunch of C1 level words or something like that. Because again, the vocabulary needs to be appropriate. I always tell students, clarity over intelligence. Your writing needs to be clear for the reader and easy to understand. If you try to overuse a bunch of big vocabulary words, that's not going to help you in the end, because the examiners will actually score you lower points because of that. Now it's going to give you a summary of some key changes that can be applied to your essay to improve it. Okay, so you can see here, increase advanced vocabulary. One of the things we noticed from the percentage pretty quickly. Synonyms and variations, so don't be too repetitive with using the same words over and over and over. Complex sentences kind of ties on to the other one. And then the contextual use of words, make sure that you're using the words effectively and appropriately and not misunderstanding their use, okay? It's better to use simpler words that you use correctly than use more complicated, higher level words that you don't use correctly, all right? Now, in the next section, we're going to look at transitions. So transitions are, along with sentence structure, the two main areas where I see most students can improve very quickly, okay? When you're not scoring high enough on your IELTS exam, it's usually because your sentence structure is not varied enough and your transitions aren't strong enough. So it makes the paper a little bit more difficult to read and doesn't read nearly as well like an advanced level writer. So what you can do to fix this is you can actually improve your transitions. And you'll see here, you get an analysis of all the transitions that you used and the CEFR level that they were in. So you see here, we had a bunch in the B1, and it's going to show you each and every single transition that you used. And then it's going to show you an improved version, again, with the same emoji system we've been using, of how you can actually change these transitions to use a little bit more high level transitions and score more points and make your writing flow a bit more and get a better score. And the last one is your argument analysis, okay? So one of the things that they're looking for is, how did you structure your argument, and was it organized? Did it flow? Did it make sense? Because remember, if you're taking the IELTS academic, for example, you're trying to show that you have academic writing skills where you will be able to effectively write essays at a university level. And a lot of university writing, to show that you understand something, is making an argument for or against it. So they want to see that you're able to do this. That's why I have so many sections here in this prep section for how to write thesis statements, how to write introductions, how to write outlines, and things like that, because it's so important. So the first thing it's going to do is actually pull out your thesis statement that you wrote. Then it's going to give you a grade on the relevance, the logic, and the development of that thesis statement and how you used it to make the arguments throughout your paper. So you're now going to get a breakdown of all the main ideas and supporting points that you used in your essay. And it's going to give you, again, analysis on the relevance, the logic that you used, the evidence that you used, and the development of your arguments. It's not really looking for like a 3,000 word thesis, doctorate thesis or something like that. It's just looking to see, did you follow the flow that you best could with the main ideas and the points supporting the thesis statement and making a cohesive argument? That's what it's trying to get you to do here, okay? So sometimes it may give you a little bit too much instruction, but just follow the main idea of what it's trying to teach you. And again, you can see a full breakdown of your entire essay, paragraph by paragraph, idea by idea, point by point, to try to help you improve that. So that's it for the essay grader tool. I hope everything is pretty clear for you. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, lucas@weaverschool.com. That's LUCAS@weaverschool.com. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have, fix any bugs that you might have, or anything like that. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Enjoy the tool. Take care and talk soon.